Hello, hello, gorgeous humans. Welcome back. I am here to do another fun Ask Me Anything, pick my brain about anything you'd like. That would be so much fun. If you don't know what to pick my brain about, let me give you some examples. I have created over $13 million in 10 hours a week of work. I do that with a micro team as well. So I'm not somebody who has a large team. It doesn't work for me. So I have two very part-time assistants who help me out. I also have been blogging since the beginning of time, since 2004, and selling shit online since like 2002, I think. I've been in the online business world for so long and I just love it. And I am the winner of Ausmumpreneur's People's Choice Business Coach Award and Global Brand Award and Businesses Making a Difference Award. I just got a finalist for something else too, which is super exciting. Australian Small Business Champions. Oh, so exciting. I have also had my goal workbooks used by over like 500,000 people worldwide now, which is just amazing. I have my Brilliant Biz Life Academy, which academy enrollments are closing in the next like 30 hours, I think. But I have thousands of members in areas where I teach them everything I know about business and marketing and writing books and doing all the amazing things. And you get like over $5,000 of my coaching and books, courses, everything I've ever created in the last 5 years. And you get it all for under $100 a year. Pretty solid. So I'm really just here just to help and answer any questions that you like. Hi, Natalie Crow. So good to see you, my friend. Oh, I love that you were like, hello, Leonie Dawson. I met Natalie years ago at a conference that I ran in Canberra, and I was walking there on the very first day to get signed up, and Natalie was just kind of hanging outside, and she goes, hey, Leonie Dawson, and I looked at her and went, hey, Natalie Crow, and it was just like, I loved how cool we were. Like we'd never met in person yet, but clearly knew each other, and it was just so much fun. Hi, gorgeous Kim. I did this live stream a couple of days ago, and it was so much fun. We had hundreds of people joining. It was just so lovely. So I thought that'd be really fun to do it again. So I'm here to answer all the questions. So if you've got any questions at all, pop it in the comment section, and I am here to help. I'm here to help. I've just had such a beautiful, busy month. It's been really exciting. You know, for I've been doing this online for a really long time, and there's periods of like really big expansion some years, and then some years are kind of more maintenance mode where you're, you know, really just serving the clients that you already have, and yeah, I've kind of been a little bit more in maintenance mode, and I think also just, you know, COVID times, it wasn't like as out in the world doing things because, you know, nobody was who wants to leave their house. But this year I really felt this energy of expansion coming through. And it's been very exciting to dive into expanding again. And now my hyperfixation is like, all right, okay, how can I turn the academy into like the number one essential resource for every single business owner? How can I make it so irresistibly awesome, so supportive, so piled with value that you can't just like, you can't help but look at it and go, of course I've got to get that. Like, of course, it's like the best $100 I'll spend this year in my business. It's going to make me so much more money. So I even have so I've been coming up with all these amazing ideas. So not only do I give you all of my courses and programs and books and everything, but then you also get 12 guest experts a year as well, coming in to teach on all kinds of things. I am doing brand new monthly workshops every single month as well, the Business Basics series. So we're going to be doing things like creating your website, getting your newsletter done, getting your lead magnet done, you know, getting podcasts done, all that kind of stuff. All those kind of like, you know, the things what you all need to do, and then sometimes people just don't get to doing them. So we're doing all of those. And I'm also creating a whole bunch of like business templates and resources and done for you and swipe copy and stuff like that you can just immediately use in your business. And so they come out every single month as well. And all of it is for under $100. I know, Awesome. Awesome. Okay. Jazz says, what are your thoughts about AI art and what it means for traditional artists? One, I love your art, Jazz. It's so stunning. Two, I get that some artists feel concerned about this. I do not at all, because when I'm buying a piece of art, I'm buying kind of like the spirit and the energy of the person. And I personally like to buy art from somebody that I love and that I appreciate the journey of. And I love things that are handmade anyway. Like I don't super love like very digital art. Like that real hyper digital art. And I don't, I don't know. I look at AI art and I just think bath. I do. I just think not for me. Not for me. And it's not something I would ever buy or buy a print of or anything like that. It's yeah. So for me, I don't really see it being a threat. But that's also like that's how I face everything, is like I don't see a lot of things as being an issue. But in that case, I particularly don't really see it as an issue. Like I'm not gonna buy like a beautiful painting of a mermaid made by AI. Like every piece of art, and I have a lot of my art in my house, are people that I know and that I love or that I follow the journey of and that kind of stuff. And that excites me because it's like you get it's like a little essence of their spirit in their work as well. So that's what I think about that. Michelle says, "Hey Leonie, even though I have most of your courses, I had to sign up for the Academy, already diving in and loving it." Oh, my love, I'm thrilled. Thank you for buying all my courses. This is the thing with all my courses, people were buying them individually for many years. Now, with your courses, you get to keep them forever. The ones that you've individually bought with the Academy membership, you get access to it for a year. But the Academy membership also means that you get access to a whole bunch of programs that aren't going to be available outside. So the business basics workshops, the templates and resources that I'm bringing out every month, and the guest expert series, and all the more things that are going in there, you will get on top of it. So you will absolutely get more than your money's worth. Amanda says, how do I get out of my own way and just do the damn thing? So first and foremost, I want you to know that when you finish the damn thing, you will feel fucking amazing and you will feel so powerful and so thrilled that you have done it. And it feels way better than staying stuck in the mud of the bullshit. So I want you to focus on the fact that you're going to feel amazing when it's actually done, and it doesn't feel amazing to feel stuck. Secondly, I want you to think about the fact that the people who kind of get in their own way usually are people like, women, Black, Indigenous, people of color, queer people, people in, minority sects of the population. Often like straight white dudes don't feel like they have get in their own way because they don't have a whole bunch of the imposter syndrome that can come in. So that right there shows us that like they feel entitled to being in the world, right? In a way that we do not. So that isn't a message from our souls. That's a message from like the culture. And so do we choose to stay small and stuck for the culture? Like, no, that sounds stupid. It sounds no stupid, it's ableist. I'm not going to pay into that. So I'm not going to invest in that situation whatsoever. I'm going to believe I have just as much of a right to be out there and be sharing my message loud and proud and be making a shit ton of money just as much as anyone else. And thirdly, the other way of getting out of my own way is by giving myself really short, sharp deadlines. It's why I talk about riding the wild donkey, because I find that if I say to myself, I want to have a book written in the next year, it will not get done. But if I have a book that needs to be written in the next 30 days, I can get that done because right away, like, let's go fast. So I always recommend if you can't get out of your own way, I want something done ASAP. The last live stream call, somebody was saying that they just need to like launch their business and then like, get on with it. And I was like, okay, we'll launch it this weekend. By this weekend, I want it done. Like, just put the fucking thing out there and get it done and then move on with growing. When you've got like this thing and it's like, I just can't get it out of my way. No, just give yourself a really short, sharp deadline. Give yourself something that you need to have done ASAP. Get it done, get it out there. And it gives you, when you have it done, it gives you this enormous dopamine burst, and it helps you do the next thing. It's this beautiful cycle that impels you to keep going, because you know that when you get to the end of a project, you'll get a big rush. Oh, my friend from New Zealand on Facebook. I know, look at me on Facebook. Guys, in case you didn't know, I took 2 years off social media up until the start of this year. And it was groovy and awesome. Made over $2 million without social media. Super fun. Never thought I'd come back, but I really missed connecting via video. So I thought, fuck it. I'm going to I don't like to put too many rules on my creativity. Like at my heart, like I really thrive with as much freedom as possible, especially in my creative spaces. So I had to kind of abolish that rule again of, okay, well, I had that rule of not going on social media, and that worked really well for me. And then it started to feel like another rule again. So I'm back. But of course, I'm doing it in a way that it doesn't suck up all my time and all my energy and all my brain space and all my self-confidence and all those kinds of things. Okay. Hi, Laurie. I bought your planners for years. Also did the Sales Star course. Nice to see you online. Oh, it's a joy to be here. Thank you for supporting my work. I'm so, so grateful. And I'm so grateful you found the Sales Star useful. For anyone who has not done Sales Star yet, I absolutely recommend that every single person in business do it. It is a business foundation. It is in the academy as well. And if you are not making the sales that you want, you need to take that course, and it will make a big, big difference to your bottom line. Melanie, oh, my beautiful friend Mel in Canberra. Any tips for ADHDers to just stick to one course rather than saturating themselves with all at once and not actually completing any? Oh, yeah, of course. And it works for it's not just courses, it's for everything, all the hobbies, right? And you're one of my favorite friends in terms of how gifted you are at so many different hobbies. It's just gorgeous. So in terms of courses, sticking to one course, pick the one that's most important for you right now and hyperfixate on it and get it done in the quickest amount of time possible. That's what I recommend. And then move on to the next one. I have a little folder on Google Chrome. It's my education folder, and I put all of the courses I've bought in there that I haven't used yet. And then every time I want to boost or it's learning time or whatever, click and then choose what I want to do out of there. And then also, having education hours blocked into your calendar and also making it really fun for you. So for me, one of my favorite parts of the week is on Sunday afternoons. I usually go lay in bed. My kids all play Minecraft or watch a movie or whatever. And I will go through e-courses and I'll art journal my way through e-courses. And that blend of creativity while I'm learning and taking notes, but in art journal form, is just the bee's knees for me. Kim says, how do you use mental, physical, or neurological issues to your benefit? Just like I do with everything else, it's looking at, okay, what are my strengths and what are my weaknesses? How can I maximize the shit out of those strengths and minimize the impact on weaknesses? So for me, as a person, my particular makeup, it's meant that I have created, 13 million in 10 hours a week, because physically, I can't actually work that much more than 10 hours a week because I have hypermobility, so my bones dislocate fairly easily. So for back reasons, I can't do a huge amount of hours at a desk. And that means that it's a limitation, but it's also a really good limitation because it means I have to be really strategic with the time that I do have at the computer. Like, what do I need to do today to drive my business forward? What do I need to do today to get maximum impact for minimum effort? Now, in terms of being autistic, I don't I don't do like a lot of I don't do one-to-one coaching. Except on very rare occasions. And I also don't like sign up for one-on-one coaching from other people usually because it just doesn't really work for me. I'm not a person who's jetting off all over the countryside to go to events or masterminds or whatever. I live a really local life because I am autistic and I also have a family and I want to be around them as much as I can. And if I put too much stimulus in this system, my nervous system will just be like, fuck you. So I build my business around that. So instead of going all over the place and traveling and learning that way, I take a lot of courses online and read a lot of books, and that also makes a massive impact. I've had a massive return on investment. That would be like the number one thing I've ever done for my business is buying programs and buying books and reading them and implementing them in my business. I also know that I'm really good at getting really excited about a topic and then researching the absolute shit out of it and really like submerging myself in that world and trying out all the things and seeing what works and then being able to collate kind of those years of experience and documentation into courses. I don't like having to say something more than once, and so info dumping into e-courses is actually really good for my autistic brain. And it also means that my business is really scalable. So I see all the way that I'm made up, and I see that, yeah, there's some limit, like it has given me limitations, but those limitations have been very clarifying and incredibly powerful. And I fucking love them. If you gave me the option to be neurotypical and not have a wonky body, I'm going to elect for this because I'm really grateful for this, and I'm like grateful for all the things it brings. I get that it's not everyone else's experience, but it's definitely mine. Nat says, hi gorgeous Leonie, I just signed up to the academy. Yay. Oh yeah. What does your 10 hours a week usually consist of? Like, how many hours do you spend doing art, creating new e-courses, doing social media, content marketing, etc.? How much extra is your VA doing? So I have a course in the academy that you can go through in great detail, and I like set out all of the like the blocks of time that I do and my assistants do, and that program's called Work Less, Earn More. You'll find that one really useful. I'll give you just off the top of my head, I spent a lot of time like detailing that out because I don't remember my schedule off the top of my head really easily because ADHD. We have time blindness. But for me, my 10 hours a week usually means I'm creating either free or paid content. So that will be blog posts, podcasts, social media content. Or the paid content. So I'm doing a coaching call, or I am doing like creating a new program. So content is, a big part of it. Strategy in terms of like, okay, what's the goal for the next thing? What do we need to do differently? I still have like some admin stuff that I take control of. So, I'm doing monthly expense checks. I'm checking to see, where statistics are at so that I can make better strategy going forward. Yeah, I'd say content and strategy are kind of the bigger areas that I spend my time in. And then, of course, marketing. So at the moment, because I'm in launch period, the Academy launch is taking up, most of my work hours doing the marketing for that. And then during a more maintenance period, then I wouldn't be doing as much marketing. So I have 2 assistants. One does 5 hours a week, and she just does the customer service inbox, and that works really well. And then my other assistant does about 20 hours a week, and she does a bunch of things that I don't want to do and are still mission critical to get done. So I want to say this. I'm just going to move this banner a little bit smaller because I feel like it's like behind there. How do I change this? How do I make it small? Yeah, that's a bit better. Okay. So, oh fuck! Now I forgot what I was talking about. Thanks, ADHD. You've got this. I believe in you. Okay, so my assistant. Oh yeah, okay. So my assistant. I think there's like this whole misperception in the world that, okay, so if you've got too much on your plate, you should hire someone. You should delegate all your tasks. And I say no. No. Don't just like delegate all of those tasks. What you need to do is look critically at your to-do list and work out whether they're actually critical for you to do or not, whether it's important, whether it is essential for you to have that done, or whether it's just busy work. Because if you outsource busy work, the stuff that's non-critical, then you are just going to rack up more expenses and without necessarily making more income in your business. So the question first and foremost is always like, does this actually need to be done? And you need to ask that before you do anything, and you also like yourself, and you also need to do it before you delegate to somebody else. So my assistant does all of the essential tasks that I don't have time for or don't want to do. So she's kind of like my right-hand person. So she will set up back end of stuff. She will write email sequences, like, for example, for live rounds. Next month, we're doing a live round in the Academy of Sales Star, which is my big sales program. We're starting there because it's the most essential for people to learn because it's how they make more money in their business. Anyway, so I wanted emails to go out every single week. So she goes, she has a quick look over what I cover, and then she creates the emails that will go out to say to people, hey, it's week 1 of Sales Star. In this, we're going to be learning about blah, 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 blah. This is why that's important. And this is how to log in, all that kind of stuff. She sends me the document. Once she's done, I look over. Usually there's no changes to be made because she's been working for like 5 years now. So she pretty much knows what I'm after. And then she goes, sets it up in Active Campaign, sets up the tag sequence, creates the opt-in forms, comes back to me and goes, this is the look, thoughts, and I either go, yeah, or tweak in that direction. So it's all those things, really. She's just my right-hand girl of, I'll just throw whatever I want at her and she will do it. And her job changes every week and she loves that. So, for example, I did a video shoot for the Academy last month. And Zita's, rocks up to work, in her own inbox. I've never even met Zita. She's worked with me for 5 years, and we live in the same country, but there's no point in seeing each other face to face. That's how I like to work with people. Anyway, she walks up to work, and I'm like, hey, we need to hire paid models for this. And I've done an advert here, and now I need you to choose who's going to be good. And so this week, you're going to be like the casting manager and the casting director for a short film. And she's like, oh, okay. How do you think I should do that? And I say, you decide. I just want them to be good and reliable and nice. Anyway, she did a perfect job. People were all amazing. So basically it changes week to week, and that's why I like it. It's where she likes it. There is, of course, things that she just has to do all the time as well. Person says, I'd love to know why you decided to charge in USD instead of AUD. I'm currently in New Zealand, might be moving back to UK next year. I'm wondering whether charging in USD would be better for online stuff. My audience, like at least 60% of my audience is American. The other 20% is UK and Europe. And then the last 20% is Australia. So Australia for me is a really small market, and the vast majority of my people are overseas, mostly in the USD market. And USD definitely seems to be more of a base currency. So, for example, if I go and have a look at a UK coach and they're selling a program in British dollars, there's just this extra little bit of like, okay, fuck, let me go get the currency converter out, because I know what it is for USD usually for Australian, but I don't know for Great British. So if you're only going to be selling in your country, absolutely you should be selling in that country's dollar, if that makes sense. And otherwise, I think USD can be useful if you've got majority market intended to be overseas or not. Okay. Crystal says, oh my God, so true. This is just in my mind. I reached my short goals faster than the long term and wrote my ebook in 8 hours. Fuck yes, exactly. And yet people will have on their to-do list for, 3 years to write an ebook. Okay, Lucy says, hi, Leonie. So great to be in your Biz and Life course. I've been binging you, lols. Yay! I'm a messy creative that loves mess. Like, I thrive in it. However, I know systems and procedures help business growth. I haven't found a software that works for me. I downloaded Monday.com. I freaked out with all the neat columns. It makes me feel restricted. Do you have anything, or what do you use? Okay, so yes. Clearly, I enjoy quite the mess. Oh, actually, I should show you. I'll see if I can get it to show you. Oh, my walls. No, that's not really going to work. Whatever. My walls are just like splattered with rainbow. Anyway, so my recommendation is just to have a look around at tools like works that work for you. If you're only working with yourself, then like you get to totally choose. From my team, I asked my assistant what she wanted to use and what works best for her brain, because she was going to be using it first and foremost for her workflow. So Zita went through and she looked at Asana, and she liked that it looks a little bit like Post-it notes. That kind of worked for her more visual brain, but it bores me to tears. So for me, I just have a constantly revolving process of things that keep me amused. If you're in the academy, use Get Organized, because that will give you all the details and how I make it more colorful and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, you can definitely find a way that thrills your brain. At the moment, I've just been using like a 12-week planner just to try out 12-week planning, just to try and do shorter deadlines for myself. But it's very black and white and very boring. So I have gone through and absolutely fucking coated it with stickers and washi tape. It's the only way I can fucking survive, guys. Okay. Denise says, how long do we have to complete the course? So an academy membership is for 12 months, and you can renew every year after that. We find at least 80% of people will renew their memberships just because they get so much value out of it, and there's so much more good stuff coming that they don't want to do business without it. I've been running the academy on and off since like 2010, so we have like a lot of data there, and we have had people that like signed up the first day that it started in 2010, and they're like, you take this membership out of my cold dead hands. It's really cute. So you got 12 months to use the programs in there, and then of course if you want to renew your membership, which most people do because they get so much value out of it, then you get to permanent access for as long as you're a member. And then all of the courses and workshops in there, they are available year round. We just have new ones that come out. And so there's a calendar in the academy with like the new monthly releases that come out. Sue says, oh my God, an education folder. Yes, how clever. I do this because I seem to forget some courses I've signed up and realize months later. You're so welcome. It's an absolute gem for me. I have a folder for education. I have a folder, like I'm doing a deep dive in money mindset work at the moment. I did it years ago and I was like, no, I need to do another freshen up. So I've got a whole bunch of money stuff in one folder as well. And then I also have a business folder for like all the miscellaneous shit I need for my business. So there you go. Okay, Karina says, I really want to share what I know and who I am via video on social media. However, I've got a few visibility blocks. Do you have any tips about taking the leap and getting out there? Yeah, absolutely. You know who doesn't have those visibility blocks? It's the streetwide dudes named Chad. They think they all need to have a podcast that goes for 3 hours because the world needs to hear more from them. No, we don't need to hear any more from them. Like, we need to hear from you and your experience and your story. And you need to think of all your ancestors where women didn't have a voice and didn't get the opportunity to share what they know, and do it for them. And you also need to think about all the people that you're going to help in your work, and think of how they're suffering without you and in pain and feeling alone or lost, or all the things that they experience without you and your story and your work. And then you do it for them. You know, it's not about you. It's about restoring the natural order of the world and helping people to heal. Meza says, I just joined a few days ago. Hey, I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed by the amazing selection of courses you have on offer. Totally understandable. And I want you to know it's totally okay. Like, a lot of people feel like this because it's like, oh, fuck, where do I start with? Because you get so much, right? She says, my question is the best place for me to start if I want to develop my own courses. You are in luck. There is a program in there called 40 Days to Create and Sell Your E-Course. That is going to be your best friend. Start there. It will be amazing for you. Okay. Beyond Narrative says, have you witnessed or adopted a cycle, tempo, or rhythm for your workday? Not really for my work time because it always changes, but I have a balance to my days and weeks. So I take school holidays off, so they're different. But during the school terms, wake up about one day a week. I have an early morning call from 6:30 a.m. to 7:30, and so my kids wake up during that time and they start getting ready. Then I go have breakfast, see how the kids are, all that kind of stuff. Take them to school. Then I usually run errands or go for a walk on the beach with my husband, spend time with him. We play cards. I'm obsessed with Monopoly Deal at the moment. It's just the greatest card game known to mankind. And then about 11 or 12, I'll head to my office and do some work from 12-ish to 2-ish. Sometimes I've got a call during that time, usually at 1 o'clock or so. Then we go pick the kids up at 2:30 or whatever, and bring them home, and I spend the rest of the night with them. And that's just kind of seems to be the flow of our days, really. I like to try and get as more sleep rather than less sleep. So I like to be asleep by like 10 o'clock at the latest, and then I wake up at 7. So 9 hours is my boo. If I have less than that, I definitely feel it. Okay. Oh, my Leno says, I didn't know we were doing a live round of Southstar. Yeah, if you go like into the academy and in like the Brilliant Biz Life Academy like course, then there's got the new calendar that's in there. And I also like sent out an email as well to all of the academy members this last week. And we will have more emails introducing everyone. And we're doing a big an extra development as well to help reduce the overwhelm for people. So we're kind of redesigning how the whole Kajabi site is set up just to make it so much easier for people to find stuff, because I get it, there's like a lot of programs in there. So I want to help you guide through that experience. So it's going to look super schmick. But in the meantime, just find like the one thing that you need for right now in your business and use it. Holly says, huge honor to speak to you. I wish you'd give me some BS lovely advice. Sure. What do you need advice for? I love talking shit. Tell me everything. Put your questions in the comments. Michelle says, I've got a membership that's on Facebook. I would like to grow it, but I get overwhelmed when I think about the how. Any tips? Yeah, so you've already got a membership. First and foremost, look at the people who are already in your membership and think of ways that they could refer more people into it so that because they probably have people who are similar to them. I'm showing the wrong question. Okay. So you could offer an affiliate program for them to share about your work. So for example, if you go to leoniedawson.com/affiliates, here, I'll make it a little better so I can share that. I feel so fancy using Streamyard because now I can do all this stuff. I feel so fancy, guys. Let's we go. Right, there we go. Fucking magical. Look at that shit. I say to all of my people, if you want to share about my work, I would love to give you 50% at least ongoing of when people sign up. So for example, if you're an affiliate for the Academy, then and you let someone know about the Academy and they join because of you, you get like just under $50 as thank you. And you get it for every single year that they renew. Which is fucking awesome, right? Because so many people just like renew year after year after year. Then we also have like really fun competitions. And so at the moment, people can win like extra cash prizes and I don't know, like a crystal dildo and a unicorn t-shirt and just fun and ridiculous shit. Sometimes you win live coaching with me, one-on-one. So affiliates can be a great way to grow your membership. Then you also, of course, you want to be looking at your sales page because I can guarantee that there'll be things on your sales page that aren't converting and that you haven't done a good enough job of selling. So if you've got SalesStar or if you're in the Academy, use SalesStar because that will make a massive amount of difference to your membership. And then also I want you to think about having a 2-page marketing plan where you write on a piece of paper, like, where are all my people hanging out? All the ones that need this membership. And then on the other side, brainstorm the whole list of ways that you could get in front of them. And there's going to be lots and lots of different and creative ways that you can get in front of them, from podcasting to search engine optimization to joint ventures to, paid advertising, to all kinds of stuff to get in front of them. Natalie says, most of my students are in the UK, so I mostly market in GBP, but set up my site to geo-locate and update for currency. You are way smarter than me. Very proud of you. I think as well, like for me, it's like a little bit trickier because so much of my marketing message is about the fact that it's under $100. But if it was in like, I don't know, yen or something like that, it's not going to be under $100 because it's going to be under 100. No. What's the conversion rate for a yen? It's 100 yen is $1-ish. So you'd be looking at, I don't know, 1,500 yen. So I don't know. I don't adjust the videos for fucking everything. Nadine says, hi, Leonie. I just have to tell you, I feel this model is changing the online education game. Thank you. Congrats on creating something so unique and special and fucking fabulous. Thank you so much. That was my kind of whole goal. With the Academy, I don't want people to have to like buy another $2,500 course to put on their credit card. And, it only gives them like one small segment that they need to work on for their business. I would rather give you just like all the things for under $100 and just surprise and delight you with the amount of support that you can get. And also, like, there are some fantastic courses out there for $2,000, and there's some fantastic coaches that are high end, but then there's a shit ton that aren't. And like, I've spent $25,000 on a coach before that I thought was an absolute fucking waste of money. So I would love to offer an alternative to people. Social worker in private practice says, holla, I joined the academy. 2 things. I had you on as a guest on my podcast, The Helpers. I remember that. That was so beautiful. Any chance you're doing interviews again? Yeah, absolutely. If you email in, and I'm not sure when our interviews are open to at the moment. I think I'm booked out till like May or something, but yes, I'm happy to do things again. Larissa says, please give me some random advice. Sure. What are you doing online when you know you've got other things that you need to be doing with your life? So go and do those instead. Thank you. Best wishes, kind regards. Love you. That's pretty good blanket advice, right? Okay. Jenna says, I just joined the academy yesterday. Best investment I've ever made in my business. I can't wait to dive in. Oh, mate, I'm honored and I'm thrilled. Thank you for trusting me with this journey. It's going to be fucking awesome. Tash says, Sales Star. I watched Sales Star first. It was great to set the right mindset for the course part. Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. Like, I genuinely recommend that if anyone's joined the academy and you're like, where do I start? I would say Sales Star. Sales Star, because it will magnify everything else. Kristen said, the advice you just gave our female ancestors and the women that need us hit me in all the feels. Oh, bless you. There's this TikTok kind of meme going around at the moment. And I did a fucking terrible version of it, right? It was people are basically talking to like their past selves in other lifetimes, or their ancestors, right? And the ancestors like, what are you doing? And they're like, I don't know, going to work. Like, we can work now? Oh my God. And there's like this touching moment. And then of course people got a bit more sarcastic as this meme progressed. And it was like, what are you doing? And the person's like, I don't know, going to work. And the ancestor's like, oh my God, women can work now. And the modern day person's like, yeah, people can work now. Oh God, like anyway, I made a stupid version of it where it was me picking my nose, and my cave woman self was like, oh my God, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, picking my nose. And the cave woman was like, oh, I do that too. And then we like soulmates throughout time, as we eat us not. Whatever. So that was really touching. You're welcome. Scarlett says, I used your check sheet to create my sales page a couple of weeks ago. Extremely helpful in creating a striking layout. You are welcome. I have been using that checklist that's in the Sales Star for over a decade for my own business. And I remember when I showed it to like Denise Duffield Thomas back in 2012, and she was like, and she'd come to a retreat with me at my house in Far North Queensland at the time. And she was like, this is gold. This checklist is going to make me so much money. This is like worth it. Like, yeah. And she was like, I have not seen any other coaches putting it together like this. And I was like, oh, dolls, thanks, babe. Anyway, I've continued to build on it and add to it and refine it over years, and it's fucking brilliant. And I'm so chuffed with the one that I've put in the Sales Star book, the Sales Star course. It's fucking great. Nadine says, do you have separate profiles for your personal and business stuff? I love Facebook groups and interacting, but not sure if I consider a biz-specific profile for that. I do have separate profiles for personal and business stuff, especially since I don't want to share my kids' pictures just with randos on the internet anymore. I was more comfortable with it when they were younger. Sort of regret that decision now, but yeah, I have my personal, and I do interact in groups and stuff like that, but I just don't accept friend requests from people I don't actually know. And they can fuck off to my business page if they like, because my personal page is not for it. Scarlett says, I'm offering spiritual calls with my school. How should I organize monthly calls if students were to get 2 per course? How is a good way to simplify this? Are they one-to-one or are they group? Lucy says, what's the app you're using on this live? I am using Streamyard. Very helpful, very useful. I really like it because you can bring up these cute little things in the corner. No, there we go. Hey, y'all. To answer people's questions, and then you can do logos like this as well, and then you can swap out for banners as well. So you can bring up URLs and stuff like that, which is super fucking cool. And it goes to more places than just doing it to one. So this is going to my Facebook group, my Facebook page, and YouTube simultaneously. It doesn't do Instagram Live or TikTok Live yet. It would be so great if it did. Okay. Erin says, is the Academy suitable for growing a product-based online business? Only if you want to sell more. If you don't want to sell more, then definitely don't join. I'm not even joking. Yes, it works for product-based online business. I would recommend you start with SalesStar. That is like the core foundation. I was selling that program for like $300 just by itself. It is more than worth $2,000. I just like to do much more affordable offerings. And now you can get SalesStar in the Academy for under $100. It's just such a fucking great deal. So start with SalesStar. We have heaps and heaps of clients who are product-based or even local-based, and they still see a big increase in sales. Thank you. I'm so Gen Z right now. Okay. My Leonie twin. Thanks for your wisdom and fun. I love your work and ND solutions. Can you tell me the going rate for a VA in Australia? Yeah, absolutely. So I would say that $30 for a very, very base beginner VA is where it sort of begins. You might get like an intern for 25-ish an hour, but I would say starting at 30, then I would say 35 for somebody who just does very basic things like customer service, that kind of stuff. Once they're like $40 an hour and more, then they should have a lot more skills under their belt, more tech skills, more copywriting skills, that kind of stuff. I pay my VAs about 50-ish bucks an hour, I think. They've been with me for a long time. They've got a lot of knowledge and a lot of skills, and I don't really want to work with anyone else. So I'm super happy to pay them a higher rate. Jamila says, glad to catch you live online. I'm super excited to be one of your guest teachers in your academy. Dude, you are going to be amazing. I'm so excited to have you as a guest teacher. Somebody said, I was watching your replay and here you are live right now. I know. And you can watch the replay after this as well if you want. Go wild. Just binge me. Binge me already. Michelle says, what's your best bit of advice for doing the fuck you want as a business? I'm starting again in combining many things I've done, but in a new way. Imposter shit syndrome is coming up. And you're someone I've seen over the years who does whatever the fuck they want without all the distinct niching. So words of wisdom, please. Yeah, I don't niche. And I don't focus on one topic because that would bore me to tears. That would absolutely... No, I fucking hate the sound of that. I'd just rather just stab myself in the face with a cucumber repetitively, just over and over and over and over and over again. Just instead, what works for me is I am allowed to try out all kinds of wacky shit. So I have to, I decide on something, I share, I finish that something, I share it, and I market the absolute shit out of it, and I make the amount of money that I think I can get out of it. Then I can move on to the next thing, So I've got to do a good round, live launch of it, to consider it cool. I've done my bit for this product. And then I can work on adding something else into the system. Niching works for a lot of people, and that's really cool, but for me, it doesn't. I do not like that whatsoever. And so my whole idea is that my personality is my niche. This is going to surprise you guys, but I actually have quite a loud personality. I know it doesn't appear like that. But it's a very polarizing personality in that some people see me and they're like, I fucking love this chick. This chick is funny and she swears and she's very blunt and I just fucking love her. And that is the correct response to have. But some people actually find me annoying or a bit over the top, or they find swearing offensive, or they voted for Trump. And I can't help it, but I'm a massive lefty and I am going to talk about social justice issues, guys, and that's not going to change. So I'm very happy to have that velvet rope of my personality. And I fully get that, like, in my circle of people that some of them are going to be interested in some of the things I do and some of them are not. And that's okay, but I will share about the journey anyway. I'll share about the decisions I've made, why I'm doing it, and try and take people along that journey as much as I can. So for example, a few years ago, I got bored and I decided to try out a network marketing company. And so I was like, well, okay, I'm just have to come out of the closet about this. And it is like coming out of the closet every time. I'm like, okay, guys, I'm going to try this out now. And this is why, and this is what I'm thinking about. And this is how that's going to work and what it's going to look like for my current clients, all that kind of stuff. And people went along on the journey with me. It was awesome. And I broke a world record. And then, I don't know, a year or two later, I was like, yeah, it's not for me. It's not for me like full time. I still love the products. I still get a like passive income check from it, but it's not something I want to devote the rest of my life to. So then I was just like, okay, next thing, let me talk about something else now. So I just take people on that journey through just communicating and over communicating over and over again. Sarah's got one of the most important questions. What's the best Celine Dion song? Come on now. Everyone knows. My heart will go on and I know right now you're thinking to yourself, I did not know Leonie could sing. And I'm like, I know. It's just another one of my talents. Like, I'm just, can I say I'm gifted? Okay. Sarah says, will the Academy help me think outside the box I've ended up with, where I'm limited by the actual hours in a week and by my audience, local parents who want me to tutor their kids and can afford me? Fuck yes, absolutely. I would start with work less, earn more, and then, oh my God, and Sales Star would be incredible for you as well. And there's so much that can be done there, babes. So much. It's only a box, but it can be such a profitable fucking box. Mylena says, did you at the beginning send your newsletters to real life people, friends or family? I used to send them travel stories and I'm trying to make my newsletter fun like that. So I send it to them, but then feel bad if I try to sell something too. Oh, I didn't. I don't think I ever added anyone to a list, but I would tell people, like, my family and friends, like, oh my God, I sent out these newsletters. Did you want to get them? And so there's some kind of opt-in process. But I also just really trusted that, like, and I talk about it publicly, like, I tell people about it, but give them the option of falling in love with it. But I didn't really push it upon them because I'm just like, well, my people will find me, and whether those people already know me or not, I don't really care. Michelle says, thanks for bringing the Academy back. I signed up as soon as you opened them. I've recently rebranded my business after the February floods. I'm working through my courses to restart my 11th year of business. Oh, bless you. Were you on the call a couple of days ago? Wasn't the floods? Which floods? I want to know. Which were the floods of February? Oh, that was a Gympie flood, wasn't it? But then there was other floods everywhere. Okay. Denise says, just signed up for the course. Looking forward to Sales Star. Hooray! Hooray! Jamila says, Sales Star, it's great. I wish I did that one first. So many juicy gems that actually work. I know. Jerry, my bestie from Emerald. Howdy, Yoni. So love the gold you're sharing. Thanks, babes. See you at conference. Can't wait. If anyone's wondering what conference I'm speaking of, I am talking at Tash Corbin's Heart-Centered Business Conference in May here on Noosa. And that's the only one that live events that I've got planned so far, but I'll let you all know if I do anything more. Might be cool to do some kind of academy one. Okay. The groups I'm offering spiritual groups. Group call. Okay, right. You're doing. Students really get 2 per course, monthly calls. So for me, how I run it is that I have monthly group coaching calls for all my students, and I have, I don't know, 15,000 students in this platform, I think. And I get, I don't know, maybe about 100 or so show up. The ones that do fucking love it, but the rest are getting so much value out of the courses. I don't really need to show up for the live calls. It's just an extra bonus. So that works well for me. It's really just testing, seeing what works for you and for your people. Erin says, my 3-year-old daughter's waving to you through the screen. So she thinks you can see her. Hi, cute person. You are so great. I love that you're in the world. And I think I have something that you might like. Did you know that I am a pineapple? I promise you, I am a pineapple. Watch this. Okay, I'm going to go deep into the ground. And when I come back, I'm going to grow like a pineapple. Wait. Ta-da! I told you I'm a pineapple. Is that not the greatest thing? Is that not the greatest thing? Okay, back to the serious questions. What's the closing time in Aussie time, please? I paid my credit card off yesterday so I could sign up. It hasn't cleared yet. Yes, I'm leaving it to the last minute. So it's closing US time. So that is 5 p.m. tomorrow, Saturday, Australia time in Brisbane. So I don't know what time that is in other states because we don't believe in daylight savings because we are pineapples, clearly. Melody says, website building's on the calendar for April. Do we have a date so I can lock it in my schedule? My assistant's about to send out the date for that now. I do fucking love you. I do fucking love you too. And that is the correct response to have. Oh, Ipswich. Yeah. Yes. I want to see you rebuild bigger and better than ever. This is like the blank slate to rethink everything you're doing and seeing how you can maximize it to be even more profitable and powerful. Veet, Karen says, I signed up to the Academy. I started the first course on leaving social media. Now I hear you start sales stuff first, but I feel like I'm Ingrid, the implementer at the moment. Stopping that course to start sales stuff feels a bit non-Ingridish. Correct. So keep going with marketing without social media. You don't if you're doing another course at the moment, just keep doing that, guys. Just keep going with whatever Academy course you're doing. Implement it. Make it happen. I'm so glad that you're being Ingrid the implementer. For those of you who are like, Ingrid the what? It is a learning philosophy I teach in the Academy that there's 3 kinds of learners. You have Eleanor, the enthusiastic, who signs up for everything and then does nothing with it and like never looks at the course again, but just buys everything. That's going to be the thing that changes the business. Thinks that the act of buying will change her business. Then there's Ruby, the reader, who buys everything, reads through, listens to everything, but doesn't take any action. And then there's Ingrid, the implementer. And Ingrid, the implementer, actually goes through the course and does the homework and installs it in their business and sees massive results. So keep Ingriding, my friends. Meredith says, I'm a mental health counsellor in the States. What do you suggest in terms of deciding what new direction to go to branch out from one-to-one sessions or where to start in the academy? I would recommend starting with Sales Star because I want you to improve your marketing skills, because then whatever you do from there, it will be successful. It's Bliss says, I can't wait. This is a great deal. Yes, it is. And I don't even know what more I can say to people to get people to sign up to the academy, because seriously, oh my fucking God, I have like hoed up every possible thing I can give you. Cultivated this most amazing fucking program, and I'm like making it fucking dirt cheap, under $100, to be able to so as many people who need it can get it. I don't know more what to say. Like, I'm giving you all the fucking things. I'm giving you the coolest shit under the sun. Okay. Annie. Yes, there's so many ways for you to make money with it. That would be so amazing and so cool. Like, just in the very get-go, like having like events would be amazing. Having a private group to connect with would be amazing. Of course, people would pay for that. That's a very established business model, and it's fucking great. Emma says, Leonie, your affiliate program is bringing up lots of blocks for me. I want to share the link to folks who would love the academy, but it makes me feel so icky to make money off friends like that. Oh, okay. Like, you can say to them, like, guys, like, I just want you to know, like, I'm fucking loving this thing at the moment. It's been so useful. If you're in business, you might want to check it out. Here's a link. Or if you want to check it out using my affiliate link, here you go. Like, no biggie, but I'm just like saying it's fucking awesome. That's all the thing. And if it makes you feel less ick, you can also just do it like kind of publicly, like on your like personal profile, be like, explain it, kind of thing. You can also like write like a longer blog post about why you love it and what you've gotten out of it, and then you can send people to the link for that as well. But also just like, I really don't care whether you sign up or not. I just wanted to share that this is super fucking useful, whatever link you use. And if you really wanted to, some people will say, hey, by the way, if you sign up through me, then I get $50 back, but did you want to split that so you get $25 off? Okay. Do you suggest we do Sales Star before the money manifestation course, or can I do both before creating my course? Yeah, absolutely. Just hammer it all in. It's all good shit. Renee says, love your hat. Of course you do, you massive stalker. You should add pineapples to your altar. Renee says, you can be awesome. Yes, it is. Thank you for recognizing the truth in that situation. It's no-brainers join. That's what I'm trying to make it. The biggest no-brainer of your fucking life. If you have a business or you want to have a business, this is the place to be. It was the place to be. Are the monthly calls at the same time each month? If so, when? I think they are. If you go into the academy, then it has the calendar of like Q&A calls and when they're coming up, all that kind of stuff. So you can find them all in there. Usually a lot of the calls I do at 6:30 in the morning Australia time, to make sure that they are a wakeable hour for the US and for the UK and all across the world as well. You're the best. Thank you. Yes, that's correct. I accidentally fell into the opportunity to guest host the Om show next week, which will be syndicated at iHeartRadio. I'm shitting myself. Any advice for a fellow swearer? Ooh, good question. Maybe just like try and video record yourself for an hour without swearing. It's probably what I would do. Or come up with other words that you can use instead. And of course, like, you can always just remember just to pause. Because the pauses that we make are not as obvious to other people than that we feel. Lisa says, thank you for Aussie Times. I have most courses. It was the extras that tipped me over. I've been obsessed with your fun ways and colour since 2010. Academy's a no-brainer. Hooray! Hooray! Vesta says, so great to see you. I have many of your courses, have no business, would like one. Recovering from burnout, overstimulation. Any suggestions of where to start? Yes. I have a little bonus training in there on burnout. And then after that, you might like Get Organized, just because I think it's a real like healing, restorative one in order to get yourself set up for another, round of growth. How do you keep your teeth so white? Just 24/7 blowjobs, guys. It's the thing that dentists don't talk about, but it just takes it all off. Honestly, it really does. I think it's like the abrasion and then the additive that happens when you do it enough. Okay. Looking forward to jumping into the academy. What a great deal. I appreciate it. Yes, it's a correct response to have. Now, guys, if you haven't signed up to the academy, please let me know why. Just because I'm absolutely fucking fascinated. What would make someone not buy? I'm like completely fascinated because I genuinely don't know how much more I can do. I'm glad people found that as amusing as I did, because I'll be thinking about it for days to come. All right. Does anyone else have any more questions I can help you with, my queens? So, TVAT. The thing I most want you to know is that, like, our dreams, like, they just seem impossible, right? So many times. And you think, how the fuck? Well, that's good for them. There's something different about them that makes it, means that I won't be able to do that. It's fine for them, but it's not going to work for me because. And I really recommend just being irrational with your dreams. Going, no, fuck it. No matter what, I'm going to. Like, socioeconomically, it doesn't really make sense for me to be who I am. I am an autistic kid who grew up on a cattle farm in North Queensland, to a, I don't know if we were lower middle class, because of course we had a farm, but you don't really earn any money from a farm, guys. Like, spoiler alert. And I kind of come from kind of rough stock, but I always, always, always wanted to be an artist and a creative and somebody who changed the world in some small way. I was like, oh, I'm going to have to work out how to make that happen. And my parents were like, no, you cannot have a business because businesses just all fail in the first 5 years. You cannot have a creative career because you'll be a starving artist. Like, there's no money in the arts whatsoever. And no, don't own in the highest tax bracket because you'll just pay too much tax. And I listened to that, for a long while, and I thought, okay, well, I should try and take second best option. And I thought the second best option for me was, I was like, well, if I can't have my actual dream, I'll have to do second best, which is become Prime Minister of Australia. So, and I'm not even joking. I genuinely, we moved to Canberra. I worked for the Australian government. I took a public policy degree, which is kind of like for public servants and government kind of stuff. At Australian National University, I worked in Parliament House. I started making my way up through the ranks pretty quickly, and realized super quickly again, like, this is not for me. Like, I'm not going to be able to be all of myself. This is not what I was put on the planet to do. And so I'm going to have to continue doing just like chasing this irrational dream of being an artist and a creative. And I want to be clear, like, I think I would be a fucking rad politician. However, I also realize that it would be beyond my physical limitations and my mental limitations, because you need a really thick hide in order to be a politician, and I don't. My skin is like paper thin. It is like my nerves extend out from my skin. Like, I'm not going to be able to deal with that, guys. And I like also just the sheer amount of peopling. I think it would crush me. So, and it just wasn't the thing I was born to do. And so I thought, fuck it, I just have to find a way to make my original dream come true. I have to make this ridiculous idea my own. And if you had told me, or my family, or anyone who knew me when I started on this journey, like, oh, this is the thing that's actually going to be like make Leonie like super wealthy, and she's going to be super successful in this, and then you'd be like, in what? And you'd be like, "Oh, just makes like rainbow unicorn books about goals." But then she teaches people about stuff as well, but she like swears a lot in it and makes really highly inappropriate sex jokes publicly, and behaves like the most unprofessional professional always. It doesn't make sense. It does not make sense that that would be the case. But I was insistent that it would be the case for me. So nobody else made that choice. The stars did not shine through and go, it is you. You are ordained. You will make this happen. No, it was me. It was a choice for me. And there's been many times that I thought, I fucking have no idea how to make that happen, or if it's even possible, but I'll do it anyway. I'll do the fucking thing anyway. I'm so glad I have, because it's been such a fucking blessing, honestly. One of the biggest miracles of my life. Okay, good advice, Nidhi. Do you recall how you harvest your nerves in the early days? Yeah, nerves are energy. Use that energy. It's just excess adrenaline, so use it to create something. That'd be so fun. Yvette says, I've got an awesome one-on-one business, but when I go online, just needed to make time and place. Love it. I have sales start and marketing without social media. Yeah, do 40 days to create and sell your e-course. That'd be amazing. Should we keep our health challenges quiet and away from our business social media if it's affecting it, or be honest? No, be honest. Yes. Next step. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, that would be rad, but I would also burn out. I think I'm better at this job. Yeah, and it's been a real joy. And sometimes my dad, Bushy, he says to me, I just don't even understand. Like, I could never even have thought that you do what you do. I'm like, I know, but I did. So if you're not sure what your dreams are, if you're not sure what you're meant to do, my advice is always play. This is it. Like, this is not a chore. This is play. You get to try out all the fucking things, and all the things that you've ever thought, maybe I might like that. Maybe. I remember trying to work out what I wanted to do in this world, and I knew I wanted to do something big. I didn't know what form it would take, and so I had to try out all the things. I did fucking belly dancing classes, guys. I studied subjects on economic history and anthropology and journalism and all kinds of weird and wacky shit. It's play. You get to try and explore and see what lights you up. And I remember the day I walked into a women's circle, and how I knew immediately that was something I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I remember when I first heard the word e-course back in like 2007, and one of my best mates called me to tell me that she'd heard of someone doing an e-course, and I'd never even heard of it, but I knew instantly. It was like a fire inside me, and I started playing with it and trying it out. I was like, this this is something I want to do. So that was like 2008. Play, explore, try out all your passions. What a joy. What a fun way to explore. How many business social medias do we really need? One? I don't know. None? It's up to you. It's up to you to decide, like, okay, where am I? People hanging out, how am I going to get in front of them? And what's the best way for me to do that? All right, my queens, my voice is starting to give out. So I am going to end it here. It's been an absolute joy and an honor to connect with you all. I love you all. I'm rooting for you all, for all your dreams, for all the ones that you already know are there, the ones that have been hidden for years, the ones that haven't even emerged yet, but you just sense this kind of itchiness. I'm cheering you on, and I genuinely believe that your dreams are sent to you as like from the angels. Like the angels want you to have your dreams because in doing so, you birth change in the world. And when we step up into our power and when we step up and start receiving financial abundance, we redirect that to places that need it. We begin to look after ourselves in even more potent and powerful ways. We begin to heal ourselves and heal our communities. And the world has had enough of like the straight white dudes being empowered, doing all the teaching and all the earning. Like we don't need any of that. What we need is you and your unique gifts and the dreams that you want to birth into the world. That will help the world to change. It is a sacred and divine assignment. And, you know, my sacred and divine assignment from the angels is to support you in helping you do just that and receiving more abundance from it. The Academy is the best way that I can help you do that because it gives you access to all my resources. If you get $2,500 worth of my courses that I've been selling individually for years for hundreds of dollars more. Sales Star, you get 40 days to create and sell your e-course, 40 days to finish your book. You get marketing without social media, work less, earn more, money, manifesting in multiple streams of income, how to hire and manage a VA, burnout, all of my goal workbooks. You also get 12 brand new business basics workshops they come out every month. You get guest experts every single month teaching on a variety of topics on some of my favorite business and soul teachers. You also get a new template, planning resource, done for you, spreadsheets, all that kind of stuff every single month as well. I have just piled it absolutely chock full of the most amount of support as I can give you. And you get group coaching every single month, just like this, where you get to pick my brain about all the things. We always have the most amount of fun. So if it's calling you, please do check it out, leoniedawson.com/academy. We have, I don't know, it's about a day left before doors close. If you're already in it, please sign up to be an affiliate for free and share about it with your people as well. I would love to give you thank you monies, and that way you can work through the academy with other people as well. And that'll be so, so fun. We've got, I think, we're heading towards 3,000 members, which is pretty amazing in the academy. And it's only going to continue growing bigger and bigger and bigger. I want at least 10,000 people in there and continue on because it really is and is becoming like the essential resource for people to grow their businesses and doing it in a beautiful and supportive way. All right, I'm sending you all so much love. Talk to you all soon.